Hi, everybody. Welcome to another exploration, relaxing into being during this amazing month of May. It's almost Being You Day. Go to beingyouday.com to get more details. And today, well, first of all, these are access consciousness, like tools, conversations, etc. And they were put into a beautiful book called Being You, Changing the World. Being You, Changing the World by Dr. Dain here. And today we're going to talk a little bit, just a bit, about gratitude. It will not cover everything that we could speak about gratitude with, but it's a something, and a something's better than nothing. So, gratitude for the moment that we have together and even considering the topic. So, these are kind of conversations to just bring shed some light or bring some awareness into how it is that we function ourselves, each one on their own, and how is it that we're looking at how we be in the world. So we spoke yesterday about no more judgments. And the reason I did that was the Diana Ross thing. Like every time you notice a judgment, go into stop in the name of love. Now, the thing that's really interesting is that judgments and gratitude don't coexist. Ever tried to shake up a bottle with oil and water in it? You'll notice that, okay, it may be in turmoil. There may be a lot of thinking about it. There may be a whole lot of shaking going on. But as soon as you just let it still, the oil and the water separate. That's what happens when you have judgments and you add gratitude into the mix. The two just kind of, the judgments cannot coexist when you have gratitude there. And so the title I gave today's topic was Gratitude for Everything, even for yourself. Because that's the thing, we tend to be far more lenient on everyone and everything else, and we tend to give ourselves a harder time with being. What if we could actually be grateful for us, like all the time, like with everything? What if we would look at something and look for the gift within it? What is the gift here that I've not noticed before? What is the gift that I am that I haven't noticed before? And the thing that's really interesting for me with this topic is that things don't have to be perfect. They don't have to have this outside appearance of everything's going so superbly, whatever, and you can still have the gratitude for anything and everything going on, including you. So this is something that's really interesting, and the difference between gratitude as a doing and a gratitude from being. And I'm not sure how to put it into words, honestly. There is a difference to, let me sit down and write a gratitude journal. Let me write the 5 things I'm grateful for each day. But the thing is that we tend to look at the surface and we don't look deeper at what it is that we're grateful for. I mean, it's as good a place as any to begin, I suppose, to even begin to have gratitude, because it directs our attention to what it is that we're grateful for. But the more we're willing to marinate ourselves in gratitude for everything. I mean, I had a shit show today. Some of you guys know we've had an interesting last week, to say the least. And I've had to put every single tool pretty much to the test. Not just to the test, but in action. See, there's a really interesting wow, that is a much deeper conversation that I was just heading towards, and I'm not sure it would work in this kind of a setting. But boy, oh boy, how would I even put that into words? Maybe you could perceive the energy. There's such grandness to each of us, and we keep thinking that we are lost in our thoughts, this limited kind of finite being, just Rachel or just Joe or just Stan or just whoever, in the world. we're really not that. When we're really tapped into the infinite being that we be, we tap into the wisdom, the beauty, the consciousness of everything that's around us. And we are far more than the limited kind of finite definition of who we are, or this limited body. We are something phenomenal that words may not even be able to encompass or express, but it's the fullness and the breadth of us. Now, when we fixate on, I'll only be grateful, when those things that I've already defined and limited and confined, when those things line up, when I have my $100 million, or when, my dad's doing super well, or when my, mother's whatever, when we go into if then, there's no gratitude. There's just a transaction. There's this business dealing with the universe. Like, oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Like, when people are in a pinch and like a bind, there's something going on, they'll go to start praying suddenly, where they never were, the praying sort before. But they'll start. Why? Because they're like, oh, just make this happen, and then I will negotiate, and then I will be grateful, and then I will be. No. Stop in the name of love. Again, be grateful to begin with. Be present to begin with. Look for the gifts in every situation. They say every cloud has a silver lining, and it very well may. When we direct ourselves towards looking for the gift, gifts appear, they unfold. Remember, we spoke about your point of view creates your reality. If you have a point of view that the world is conspiring to contribute to you, you'd have a much different experience in life and living than if everything and everyone is against you. So what if you begin to actually have the presence and the gift of gratitude for you right now? Regardless of how turbulent things may be around you. And I wonder what that can shift and what that can change. It can certainly take you out of judgments. It is the antidote to judgment. And when you get out of judgment of you, then you can begin to see the beyond description phenomenons that you as a being truly are. I'm a little wordless today in terms of putting it in a way that might make cognitive sense. But I hope you can tap into the energy. It's a gift in any case. Thank you for being here, and on to Spanish. Bye. See you tomorrow.